FX Money Show. I'm Nick and I'm your host. If you're a new trader, you'll find a powerful approach here, while experienced traders are sure to discover some intensely dynamic analysis. This show is the culmination of my 30-year career dissecting everything foreign exchange. I break it down to the how, why, and when of trading opportunities. In each episode, we'll visit with traders on their path towards top levels of trading performance. While the show's focus is on FX markets and global money flow, you'll also find us dissecting political shenanigans in DC's failed bureaucracy. So subscribe, then sit back and enjoy the show. Hello, 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 a grand hello. Thank you for stopping by and listening on the show. I'm Nick. Let me show you around. You see, this show is a result of failed governance, in part, and nonsense in the other. They both go hand in hand. But let's drill down into foreign exchange. You see, I've been trading the capital markets for 34 years. I've been trading foreign exchange exclusively for, 28. I've also been teaching traders around the world how to properly analyze the markets and look forward into price movement for the last 18. But I can't tell you how many times I've stressed what you traders are doing because of the analysis that you're using. This is the core of the show and why we're here. The second part is to expose what we have and to allow market transparency in its entirety to surface. And that's what I love doing. And if I teach traders along the way, so be it. If traders find success, it's a beautiful thing. If I make a difference for traders, whether it's one trader or 10,000 traders, that's also a beautiful thing. Because it's not about me. It's about fighting back against failed governance. And where government should, in fact, be fighting for transparency, deep pocket donations have assured the financial institutions that the regulatory framework, which restricts our foreign exchange trading, favors those financial institutions that give the deep pocket donations. So we're going to flip the tables. We're going to change the script. We're going to rewrite a story for the future and how traders understand the market in a far superior method than what the institutions do themselves. And that's what the FX Money Show is about. And let's talk about the markets. Where do I come from? Well, I've been a trader for 3+ decades. I've worked for brokerages. I've worked for hedge funds. I've worked for a major international bank. And I've also been an analyst. And that, in fact, was my first job. And you see, when I got hired as an analyst, and this was back in 1994, my job was to identify exactly what caused the market to move on any given turn. Now, that I started in the commodity futures markets. But then it translated perfectly into foreign exchange when I transitioned into spot FX. And you see, what I discovered in the futures market holds true for every market that there is, including equities, bonds, all the agriculturals, all the financials, all the currency markets, and even crypto. The retail sector of traders have been intentionally kept behind the wall of opacity, while the institutions enjoy a tremendous amount of market transparency. That transparency I saw when I walked into my position of employment as an analyst. But that gave me a bite of the sour apple. And I then realized that this was not a fair game. And my entire career has been to turn that. So I know a lot of the inside scoop of the markets. I know the structure behind the institutional venues and the retail venues alike. And I know how the institutional venues favor the institutional participants, and how retail conduits, or brokers, if you will, abuse customers. So again, it is my job to flip the script, turn the tables, so to speak. And that's why the show is here. So let's talk about something else. Transparency. The charts. Do you know that when you look at the charts are not giving you the right information? The charts by nature, by default, specifically in foreign exchange, are wrong. In fact, if we think about it, there are two instruments that we're trading. But yet we're only looking at the relationship between the two, which represents itself as one instrument, the exchange rate. But this is what keeps traders blind. The charts are, in fact, lacking information sufficient enough for us to determine a direction. And that's where our analysis comes in. But if you're looking at anything historical, or if you're looking at anything lagging, same thing, or if you're looking at anything that is native in the platform, you have been misled. And that's our objective, is to unearth that transparency. And typically when somebody comes to me, they might have 20 or 30 or 40% confidence in their ability to pick a trade and find profit. But just a week later, they're at 70%. And why is this? It's all in the data. Because traders will forever apply strategy to charts. Whereas my approach back in 1994 in identifying what caused every market to turn gave me the data. I put the strategy on top of the data. I ignore price because I know market sentiment always leads market volume. And market volume always leads market price. And where the retail trader is always stuck on price action, they are in fact trying to follow the market. But it does not give them that sufficient value of data to tell them where the market's changing direction and why. And that's what we do in the FX Money Show. So I appreciate you stopping by. I look forward to getting to know you one-on-one. By all means, iForex.market. We have a building community where we expose it all and we trade for resilient returns. I look forward to getting to know you. Take care. You just listened to an episode of the FX Money Show. Every day I teach traders around the world proper market analysis that drives their confidence through the roof. Subscribe to our podcast, enjoy the show, and discover your inner trader.